We're on the road with for the farm tour, which is Luke Bryan's annual concert in the middle of nowhere on the farm, basically. And Ben Hayslett, Red Akins, and myself, the Peach Pickers, were out there opening up for Luke, and which is a blast. Playing in front of 20, 25,000 people every night, getting to play our songs that we wrote and see a true crowd react to it. One morning, it was in October, I remember, Luke was humming and started singing, Huntin, Fishin, da, 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 and he was mumbling, and he was standing outside the bus, I remember, and he goes, what do you think, Dad, what do you think? I said, man, God dang, that's good. I said, nobody will ever hear it, but I'll write it, you know. That's it's called Hunt. You're singing Huntin' and Fishin'. Are you sure about this one? You know, with soccer moms and haters and everybody else that might not want to hear about that. But we wrote it anyway, thank God, and really wrote it how we grew up and how we still live, which is hunting and fishing. And loving every day kind of made it all make sense. The loving every day part was a tremendous way to kind of bring everybody else in the picture and involve people who didn't hunt and fish, whether they hiked or well, you know, whatever they wanted to go to the lake and ski. That's still loving every day, and hunting and fishing is what Luke and I are hardcore at, and Rhett and Ben as well. But we wrote it. Luke recorded it. That was a shock to me that he recorded. I was glad he did. This is my favorite song, by the way, I've ever written. My favorite song ever been recorded, favorite song I've ever heard back on the radio. This is number one, and because it's my life.
My favorite of Luke's records. The song, I mean, when I first heard it, you know, I told Luke, I said, this song is not about hunting and fishing. I said, this song is completely about love and loving life and loving your family and loving, you know, the moment. And I said, people don't have to be from the country to get this song. You know, it may tell their story to a degree, but it was it's a fantastic song. And I just remember, you know, some of the points that I remember was J.T. Cornfloss's Telecaster. He set it on phase, and he just started playing that little intro thing, and that really set a tone in the studio. I don't know that do you remember if you had any programming on that before? I don't think so. I think you came in later on.
I as far as I remember, there's most of any of the programming and stuff is really after the second chorus, maybe before the third chorus. It's kind of in that in between section.
One of the things that I remember about that is of a real consequence, and it was when we were comping Luke's vocal, and I suppose everybody knows what that means, but that just means we had tracks and tracks of Luke singing the song over and over again, and we take snippets from here and snippets from there, and Luke typically ad-libs at the end of all songs. He just starts taking off. His brain is exploding with ideas and stuff in the moment, and in the middle of the song, when the song breaks down, you hear him say, y'all close them eyes, let's go there in our minds. And that was something that he said in the outro somewhere.
Yeah.
And I remember Jody and I being in here comping his vocal, and it just occurred to me, I said, try it right when it breaks down, where there's really nothing going on there, and see what happens. Oh my God, it just, I mean, it sounded so perfect and natural there, and it does. I mean, when you hear it, it sounds like he planted it there. He didn't, so I felt like that was a pretty big, like when it comes to producing, you know, you think about those decisions that you make, or those lucky things that you run into, which that was kind of lucky. and you go, that's magic right there.